Feel that for a moment. Do not search for it. Just allow it to be noticed. There is a heat building behind your navel, a low, consistent warmth that has nothing to do with the temperature of the room. It is a slow, internal hum, a pilot light that has been burning for days, perhaps weeks, waiting for the signal to ignite. Or maybe for you, it is not heat, but pressure, a sense of being submerged, a quiet weight behind your eyes, in your joints, a feeling that the air itself has grown heavier, denser. You have been sleeping differently. The dreams are vivid, fluid, full of water and forgotten faces. You wake up feeling as though you have traveled an immense distance, only to find yourself in the same bed, in the same room, with the same unnamed ache in the center of your chest. This is not fatigue. This is not anxiety. This is not your imagination. You are feeling the tide turn. You are feeling the pressure of a gate that is beginning to swing open deep within the celestial sea. Within the next 48 hours, we are entering a new moon in Pisces that is unlike any other you have experienced in your lifetime. This is not simply a new lunar cycle. This is the opening of what the ancient stargazers, the ones who mapped the heavens from desert sands, called the Abyssal Gate. It is a point in cosmic time where the veil between the world you see and the ocean of truth you feel becomes unimaginably thin. And the sensations in your body, the heat, the pressure, the dreams, are the proof that your soul has already heard the call. It has already begun its descent. I am here to walk with you through that gate, to give you the language for the pressure you are under, and to show you why it is not a weight meant to crush you, but a force intended to form you. To understand what is happening to you, we must first understand the nature of the water we are entering. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, the final ocean into which all the other rivers of experience flow. It is the realm of dissolution, of dreams, of spirit, of the collective unconscious. It is the water of the womb and the water of the tomb. But this new moon is not happening in a quiet sea. It is conjunct Neptune, its ruling planet, the god of the deep ocean, the master of illusion and divine truth. This amplifies the Piscean energy to a level that is almost overwhelming. It dissolves boundaries, not just between you and others, but between your conscious mind and your deepest, most hidden self. It is an invitation to merge. And nearby, holding the tension, is Saturn. Saturn, the lord of time, of structure, of consequence, the great teacher. Imagine a deep-sea pressure vent, miles beneath the surface of the ocean. Down there, the darkness is absolute. The weight of the water is immense, enough to pulverize steel. It is a place that should be devoid of life, yet from cracks in the Earth's crust, superheated, mineral-rich water billows out, creating an impossible oasis of life in the abyss. This is the energy we are in. Neptune is the vast, dark, crushing pressure of the deep ocean. Saturn is the structure of the Earth's crust, the container for the fire. And this new moon is the surge of heat, the alchemical blast from the planet's core that changes everything. It is a moment of profound creation under profound pressure. This is why you feel that internal heat. It is the geothermal fire of your own soul beginning to surge against the structures you have built around it. This is not a gentle, lapping tide. It is a force of immense consequence. And its primary function is to reveal what is real by dissolving what is not. Any structure in your life that was built on a foundation of illusion, of convenience, of fear, of should instead of a soul-deep must, that structure is now under the immense, clarifying pressure of the abyss. It will either be revealed as true bedrock, or it will begin to show cracks. It will groan, it will tremble, and for some, it will collapse entirely. Not because you have failed, because the ocean has returned to claim what was always meant to be fluid. There are signs, of course, that will feel this more acutely. The mutable signs, Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, Sagittarius. You are at the epicenter of this dissolution. You are being asked to surrender your grip on the shoreline completely. For you, the call to let go of a specific narrative, a specific identity, a specific plan, is not a whisper. It is a roar. The water signs, Cancer and Scorpio. You feel this as a homecoming, a return to your native element. But it is a deeper, darker water than you are used to. It asks you for a new level of emotional honesty, one that may terrify you. The earth signs, Taurus, Capricorn. You feel this pressure against your foundations. Your instinct is to reinforce, to build higher walls, but the water is not trying to break your walls down. It is trying to seep beneath them, to soften the ground you stand on, to remind you that even the most solid mountain is born of the sea. And the fire signs, Aries, Leo, you feel this as a strange quenching, a sense of your inner fire being surrounded by a deep, powerful mist. It is frustrating. It feels like a loss of momentum, but it is not a dousing. It is a tempering. The water is teaching your fire how to become steam, how to move with a different kind of power, one that is less about the spark and more about the inexorable pressure that can move mountains. But I need you to hear me now. Let go of your sign for a moment. Let go of the categories, because the truth of this transit goes deeper than the sun's position on the day you were born. The real question is not what sign you are, but what you have built. The real question is how willing you are to feel the pressure without running. The souls that will thrive in this energy are not from a specific list of signs. They are the ones who are willing to go into the dark. They are the ones who can sit with the heat in their belly and ask, "What are you trying to forge?" They are the ones who can feel the pressure in their chest and ask, "What illusion is ready to break?" The souls that will struggle are the ones who mistake the pressure for a punishment. They are the ones who will spend all their energy trying to patch the cracks in a foundation that was never meant to hold them for this next chapter of their lives. They will fight the water, and you can never, ever win a fight against the ocean. You can only learn to swim. This energy has a history. It has a lineage. The last time Neptune and a new moon converged in Pisces with this kind of Saturnian tension was generations ago. But the energetic pattern is ancient. It is written in our oldest stories. In the Babylonian creation epic, before there was land, before there were gods, there was Tiamat, the primordial goddess of the saltwater ocean, a being of immense, chaotic, creative potential. All of life was born from her waters. But her children, the gods, grew afraid of her power, of her vast, untamable nature. And so they went to war with her. They subdued her, killed her, and split her body in two to create the heavens and the earth. They forged order from her chaos. For millennia, we have been living in the world made from the slain body of the divine feminine ocean, a world of structure, of rules, of binaries, of control. A world that fears the deep, that fears the dark, that fears the chaos of pure creation. This Pisces new moon is not just a celestial event. It is a memory. It is the ghost of Tiamat rising. It is the primordial ocean reminding the world built upon her that she is still here. The chaos you may be feeling in your life, the dissolution of plans, the sudden uncertainty, is not a sign that you are doing something wrong. It is a sign that the great Mother Ocean is stirring within you. She is reminding you that you are made of her waters, and she is asking you to stop fighting, to stop trying to contain her, and to remember the raw, untamable creative power that runs in your veins. This is the deeper thriving. It is the willingness to let a part of your structured, controlled world dissolve so that a deeper, more ancient magic can be reborn. It is the courage to face the chaos, within and without, and recognize it not as an enemy to be conquered, but as the source to be honored. The pressure you feel is the pressure of rebirth. Every single life form on this planet first grew in the dark, in water, under pressure. You are no different. You have just forgotten. Now, bring your awareness back into your body. Feel the places where you have been holding on. For many of you, it is in your hips. The hips are the basin of the body, the bowl that holds our creative waters, our deepest emotions, our ancestral trauma. The tightness you feel there, the ache that has been growing, is the physical manifestation of your resistance to the emotional currents that are now flowing. You have been clenching against the tide. You have been holding back a river of grief or desire or rage for years. And now, the river is rising. The pressure has to go somewhere. The ache in your hips is a prayer from your body. It says, let go. Let it flow. You cannot hold this dam any longer. For others, the pressure is in the throat, a lump that never quite goes away, a feeling of words unspoken, truths unsaid. You feel it when you are in certain conversations with certain people. It is a physical barometer of your own authenticity. This Pisces new moon is dissolving the seal on that truth. The words that you have swallowed, the needs you have silenced, the boundaries you have failed to voice, they are now vibrating at a frequency that is becoming unbearable. The pressure in your throat is not a blockage, it is a wellspring. It is the gathering force of your own voice, demanding to be heard. It is asking you, what conversation have you been avoiding? What truth has been fermenting in the dark of your silence, waiting for this exact moment to be spoken? And for so many of you, the pressure is behind the heart, a deep, resonant ache in the center of your chest. It is not the sharp pain of a new wound, but the dull, heavy weight of an old one. An old story about love, about belonging, about your own worth. A story you have carried for so long, you have mistaken it for part of your own anatomy. This new moon, with its deep Neptunian waters, is a universal solvent. It is seeping into the scar tissue around your heart. It is loosening the grip of old heartbreaks, old betrayals, old narratives of not enoughness. The ache you feel is the feeling of scar tissue beginning to dissolve. It is the feeling of frozen grief beginning to thaw. It hurts. Of course it hurts. Thawing is a painful process, but it is the only way your heart can ever truly beat with its full power again. Do not pathologize these sensations. Do not rush to medicate them or distract yourself from them. They are sacred transmissions. They are a map sent from your soul, telling you exactly where the work is. The heat in your belly is your creative power demanding expression. The ache in your hips is your emotional body demanding release. The pressure in your throat is your truth demanding voice. The weight on your heart is your capacity for love demanding to be liberated from the past. To thrive under this moon is to listen to this map, to honor these sensations as holy messengers, to stop treating your body like an inconvenience and start treating it like an oracle. There is another ancient story carried in these waters, the myth from which Pisces draws its name. As the monstrous giant Typhon, a being of pure chaos and destruction, rose to challenge the Olympian gods, panic ensued. The gods fled, shape-shifting to disguise themselves. In that moment of terror, Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty, and her son Eros, the god of desire, found themselves at the edge of the sea. To escape the monster, they transformed into two fish, bound together by a cord, and dove into the depths. They did not fight the monster. They did not try to reason with it. They surrendered to a different element. They dissolved their known form and dove into the vast, mysterious unknown, trusting it would save them. This is the choice before you now. A monstrous pressure is rising. It may be an external circumstance, a job loss, a relationship ending, a health crisis, or it may be an internal one, a towering wave of anxiety, a suffocating blanket of depression. Your instinct, your training, everything in your world has taught you to fight the monster, to resist it, to battle it, to try to defeat it on its own terms. But this Piscean wisdom offers another way, a more radical way. It asks, what if you do not fight? What if, instead, you dive? What if you let yourself dissolve the form you have known, the identity you have clung to, and trust the deep waters to carry you to a new shore? This is the difference between those who will thrive and those who will not. Those who struggle will stay on the shore, trying to build a wall against the monster, a wall the monster will inevitably destroy. They will exhaust themselves in a fight they cannot win. Those who thrive will look at the monster, feel the terror, and then turn and leap into the sea. They will trust the process of dissolution. They will allow themselves to become something else, something more fluid, more adaptable, more true. They will, like Aphrodite and Eros, bind themselves to what they love, to their own core truth, to their deepest desire, and they will dive together. The cord that connects the two fish of Pisces is crucial. It represents the tether you must hold to as you dissolve. This is not about spiritual bypassing. It is not about dissociating or escaping into a fantasy. It is about staying connected to your most essential self, your most fundamental truth, even as everything else falls away. What is your tether? What is the one non-negotiable truth you will hold on to in the deep? Is it your love for your children, your commitment to your art, your unshakable belief in compassion, your soul's need for freedom? You must know your tether, because the waters will be dark, and you will need to feel that cord in your hand. It is the only thing that will keep you from getting lost in the abyss. Now, we must speak of the unnamed truth. Because this entire cosmic event, this pressure, this heat, this dissolution, is all in service of one thing. It is in service of you finally facing the truth you have been avoiding. You know what it is. As I say these words, it rises in you. A name, a face, a situation, a decision. It is the thing you push down during the day and the thing that whispers to you in the moments before sleep. A voice that whispers, "This is not it. This is not right. This is not yours to carry any longer." You have been pretending not to hear it. You have been building a life, a personality, a routine on top of it, hoping its weight would smother the voice. That you have not smothered it. You have only buried it alive. And now, the waters are rising from below, and they are lifting that buried truth to the surface. The pressure you feel is the pressure of its emergence. All the anxiety, the restlessness, the sense of impending doom, it is not because something terrible is about to happen. It is because something true is about to be born. And birth is a violent, beautiful, terrifying process. This is the great emotional confrontation of this new moon. It is a direct challenge from the cosmos to your heart. It asks you to stop lying. Stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to them. Stop pretending that the cage you are in is a home. Stop pretending the exhaustion you feel is sustainable. Stop pretending the silence is peace. It is not peace. It is an undeclared war, and it is costing you your life force. The reversal statement here is critical. You think facing this truth will destroy you. You think it will be the end. This is not an ending. This is an excavation. You are not demolishing your life. You are digging for the treasure you buried beneath it. You think the pain of speaking the truth will be unbearable. The truth is, the pain of not speaking it has already become unbearable. That is why you are here. That is why you are listening. You did not find this by accident. You were guided here by the part of you that is ready to stop pretending. The part of you that knows it would rather drown in the ocean of truth than die of thirst in the desert of a lie. So, who is it? What is it? Let the name, the face, the situation surface now. Do not flinch. Do not push it back down. Just for a moment, in the sacred space we are holding here, let it be. Look at it. Feel the weight of it. Feel the years you have spent carrying it. Feel the energy it has taken to maintain the illusion. Feel the grief of it, the rage of it, the deep, deep longing for release that lives beneath it. This is the shell that the pressure is meant to crack. This is the illusion the water is meant to dissolve. This is the monster on the shore you have been trying to fight. And now you know, the only way out is not through fighting, but through diving. We are going to perform a practice together, a ritual of surrender and release, aligned with the timing of this abyssal gate. It is a 3-day process. It begins tonight. This is not a passive experience. Your transformation requires your participation. It requires a physical act to anchor the spiritual shift. On the first night, the night of the new moon, your task is acknowledgement. I want you to take a piece of paper, any piece of paper, and a pen. I want you to go somewhere you can be alone, even if it is just for 5 minutes. And I want you to write down the unnamed truth. You will use one sentence. Be precise, be honest. No justifications, no explanations, just the raw, undiluted truth. I am no longer in love with this person. This career is draining my soul. I need to ask for help. I have been lying about my own needs. Whatever it is, write the sentence that makes your hand tremble. That is how you know it is the right one. This is not about manifesting. This is not about setting intentions. This is about lancing a wound. It is about bringing what has been festering in the dark out into the open, if only for your own eyes. Once it is written, fold the paper. Hold it in your hands. Feel its weight. This is what you have been carrying. Thank it. Thank it for the lessons it taught you, for the protection it once offered you. And then say aloud, your service is complete. Place it somewhere safe for the night. On the second day, the day after the new moon, is the act of dissolution. This is the dive. I want you to take a bowl or a glass, something you don't mind dedicating to this process. Fill it with water. Add salt, a generous amount. Salt is the great purifier, the crystalline memory of the ancient oceans. Stir the water until the salt dissolves. Now, take your folded piece of paper. As you hold it, I want you to consciously feel all the emotions associated with it. The guilt, the shame, the fear, the anger, the grief. Pour it all into that piece of paper. Let it become the container for everything you are ready to release. Then, place it in the salt water and watch. It will not dissolve immediately. It will soften. The ink will bleed. The edges will blur. The structure will slowly, slowly come apart. This is a mirror for what is happening within you. Your task is to simply sit with it, to witness the dissolution without trying to fix it or speed it up. Leave the bowl on a windowsill or an altar, somewhere it can rest. This is the crucial moment. You are in the abyss. You are between forms. You must trust the process. On the third day, the final day of this gate, is the act of emergence and return. The paper will be mostly gone, a pulpy mass at the bottom of the cloudy water. The form has been dissolved. The energy has been released and transformed. Now, you must return it to the earth. Take the bowl of water outside. If you have a garden, a potted plant, find a place in the soil. If you live in a city, find a tree, a patch of grass in a park. This is important. Do not pour it down the drain. You are not discarding this energy. You are returning it. As you pour the water onto the earth, I want you to speak a new truth aloud. You are planting a new seed. It should be a statement of permission. I give myself permission to be honest. I give myself permission to choose peace. I give myself permission to build something new. Speak it from the heart. Feel the words as you pour the water. You are feeding the earth with your released story, and in its place you are planting the seed of your liberation. Feel your feet on the ground. You have returned to the shore. But you are not the same person who left it. This ritual is not magic in the way people think of magic. It is not a spell to change the world outside of you. It is a series of focused physical acts designed to change the world inside of you. It is a way of communicating with your own subconscious mind and the deep intelligence of the universe in a language older than words. The language of water, salt, paper, and earth. It is a ceremony of surrender, and surrender is the key to thriving in this Piscean sea. For those of you who do this, something will shift. It may be subtle at first, a sense of lightness in your chest, a clarity you have not felt in years. Or it may be dramatic. The phone call you have been dreading will suddenly feel possible. The difficult conversation will find its words. An opportunity will appear out of nowhere, pointing you in a new direction. The universe always rushes to support a soul that has chosen courage. When you align your inner world with the truth, your outer world has no choice but to reorganize itself around that new, honest frequency. And for those who choose not to, for those who hear this and feel the resistance rise, who find a dozen reasons why this is silly or impossible or too much, I say this with all the love in my heart. There is no judgment here. Your soul has its own timing. But know this, the pressure will not go away. The water will continue to rise. If you do not choose to consciously dissolve the old structure, the universe will eventually do it for you. And that is often a much more chaotic, much more painful process. A chosen death is a rebirth. An unchosen one is a tragedy. The offer on the table right now, in this sacred and potent window of time, is the chance to choose your own rebirth, to be the co-creator of your own liberation rather than a victim of your own unmade decisions. The signs that will thrive are the souls that choose the ritual. The signs that will thrive are the ones who write the sentence, who watch the paper dissolve, who pour the water back to the earth. It has nothing to do with your birth chart and everything to do with your courage. Are you brave enough to be honest? Are you brave enough to let go? Are you brave enough to believe you deserve something more than the beautiful, painful lie you have been living? The cosmos believes you are. I believe you are. The only person left to convince is you. We are closing the circle now. Feel the energy in your body once more. Notice if it has changed. Is the heat a little stronger? Is the pressure a little more focused? That is the feeling of clarity. That is the feeling of purpose gathering in your cells. You know what you need to do. The path has been illuminated. You did not find this message by accident. You did not stumble upon these words through a random algorithm. Your soul, in its deep wisdom, typed the search terms. Your intuition clicked the link.
Something in you, the part that is ancient and knows the turning of the tides, recognized the signature of this moment before I ever named it. You were already feeling the call of the abyssal gate. You just needed a map. You needed permission. Consider it granted. You are not behind. You are not late. You have not missed your chance. You are standing at the threshold of the gate at the exact perfect moment you were always meant to arrive. Your entire life has been a preparation for the choice you are about to make. Every joy, every heartbreak, every success, every failure has given you the strength and the wisdom you need to walk through this door. Do not doubt your readiness. Your presence here is the only proof you need. I want to invite you now to make a declaration, a public commitment, not to me, but to yourself and to the others who are on this journey with you. In the comments below, I want you to write 3 words. I am diving in. That is all. I am diving in. Do not explain, do not justify, just declare your choice. When you write these words, you are casting a vote for your own liberation. You are sending a signal to the universe that you are ready, and something more powerful happens too. Someone beneath your words, someone who is feeling terrified, who is on the edge of clicking away, will see your declaration and find the courage to make their own. Your act of bravery becomes a permission slip for another soul. This is how we create a tide of healing. We dive together. This work is my sacred offering to you. Hours are spent in stillness, listening to the currents of the cosmos, translating their poetry so that the course for you might be clear. If these words have served as a map for you, if they have illuminated a path, then I ask you to subscribe, to join this community, so that we may continue to navigate these powerful tides together. Remember, the ocean does not reward those who fight it. It rewards those who learn its rhythms, respect its power, and have the courage to surrender to its depths. You are made of that same water. It is your birthright to be vast, to be deep, to be free. Now, go. The gate is open. The water is waiting. I am diving in.